Hi everyone, welcome to the series of how to use the GCS connector. This is Praveen Kumar. Let's get started with the first video of this series. GCS connector is a Camunda 8 outbound connector which is used to connect with Google Cloud Storage and perform some operations with it. The functionalities that are supported by GCS connector are uploading a file from file system to GCS bucket, downloading an object from GCS bucket to file system, and at last deleting an object from GCS bucket. In this video, I'm going to give a demo about how to configure the connector runtime and perform an upload operation. There are some prerequisites you need to configure before getting started with the demo. They are having a Camunda 8 platform self-managed version and having the Camunda desktop modeler configured with a GCS element template that we can download from the GitHub and having a service account credential file downloaded as a JSON file so that we can configure the credentials for the application. The demo topics that are covered in this video are how to design a BPMN in Modeler with GCS element template and building a runtime for the GCS connector. And in this video only, I'm going to give a demo about how to upload a file from file system to GCS bucket. The download and delete will be coming in the next two videos of this series. So without any delay, let's get started with this video. As you can see here, I have deployed Camunda Platform 8 through Docker Compose file. So you can see all the components are up and running. And also I have configured the GCS template in the modeler in the resources section of the download part of the modeler. This is the GitHub page where our connector is officially published in Camunda as a partner connector. If you can see down here, our GCS connector has been uploaded in this partner connector section. For the source code, you can click on the GitHub section so that it will directly drive you to the repository of the Acheron GCS connector. So here you can see the source code, and here there is a guide in the README section so that you can follow the guidelines how to create runtime of the connector. So this is the prerequisites for creating the service account credential file in the Google Cloud. You can follow this to create the service account JSON file. The format of the JSON file will be looking like this. I have already configured the JSON file and I have downloaded it in my local. Let's model our BPMN in the desktop modeler. So on click of file, new, you can be able to create a new BPMN diagram for Camunda Platform 8. So on clicking of this, it will be giving a start event. You need to configure a task. So this task, on clicking of this French icon, you can be able to select a element template. So if you search for Google, so if you have already configured it in the element template section of this modeler download path, you can be able to get it here. So I got it here, so I can be able to click on this to configure it to this particular task. Let's configure all these details after building the connector runtime. I'm going to use Visual Studio Code on how to build a connector runtime. So the source code from the GitHub is available in local. I'm opening it in Visual Studio Code. So first you need to create a jar file for this particular project. MVN clean package. So it will be able to create the package by building it. And also it will run the test cases. The jar file is in the building stage. The build is succeeded. The jar file with dependencies is also created along with the running of test cases. All the test cases got succeeded. So after building the jar file, I'm going to use a Docker file to create a image for this particular jar file that has been built. So I'm going to use the Camunda connectors from the Docker. This image, on top of this image, I'm going to add my jar file so that it will be able to create the runtime of my connector. So for that, I'm going to use the Docker build command for building image. I gave the Docker build command and it is able to build the image. So it is in the process of building the image. The build is succeeded. It successfully built the GCS connector image on top of this. So I'm going to show it to you in the Docker. So if you go to the images section, here my image got successfully built. After building the image, I need a connector container to run on top of this image. So I'm going to use the Docker compose file to run the container for this particular image. This Docker compose file consists of different properties, which I'm going to explain now. So I have actually mounted a volume to the local file directory so that whatever the changes present in the local will be able to reflected or mirrored into this connector storage. I'm going to show it to you in the file explorer. So previously I have said that I got the credential key file from the cloud. So I have stored it in this particular directory so that it will be able to, Docker container will be able to access this particular key file through mounting. So I need to provide a JSON credentials file path. So this is actually mounted. So GCS slash credential key JSON. So which will be able to take this credential key file. I have also got two more files here, which I'm going to upload it and show it to you now. In the compose file, there is one more section called networks. So I'm going to use these networks. I want to connect to the Camunda platform 8, which is already running. So with this network sectional command, so I can be able to communicate to the containers of the Camunda platform 8 by using the container name like this. So that's why I have used the network. These below properties are as per my requirement I have used. Um, you can configure them as you need it. Now I'm going to run the container by using the Docker compose command. Docker compose up. In the detached mode, I'm using -d, which will be able to start the container. It is in the starting state. So I'm going to show it to you in the Docker. If you see in the container section, as you can see that the Camunda platform is here and one more Docker compose is here. This is GCS connector instance of the GCS image so that we have started now. As you can go through the logs, it is successfully started the connector runtime application. So I'm going back to the Visual Studio Code. So the connector runtime has been successfully started so that we can go to the modeler and we can configure our properties and we can start our instance so that it will be able to perform the operations to GCS bucket. I have already configured the GCS connector BPMN here. So I'm not going to use this. So previously I have configured this one. So I'm going to use this one. Here, I'm just showing you to in how to use the operation type. So here we can select the operation type, whether you want to upload, download, or delete. So in this video, I'm going to do the uploading operation. So I'm going to select the upload operation. So I'm not going to use this BPMN. I'm going here and then I'm uploading. I gave the cloud storage details. So I'm providing the upload file path of the file which I need to upload that is present in the file system. So this is the file system path where the particular image is there and this is the bucket name. So I'm going to show you now where my bucket is present in the Google Cloud. This is my Google Cloud. So This is the project name, and in this Camunda connector is the bucket. So in this bucket, I'm going to upload the files. So as you can see that it is empty right now. I'm going to upload two files to this so that it will be occupied. And the folder name, I'm going to use this media slash images so that in the bucket, in Camunda connector bucket, it will be able to upload the springboot.png inside media folder, inside images. The springboot.png will be uploaded into the bucket. I'm going to deploy the process instance here, process here. So I'm deploying it. The process definition is successfully deployed into the Camunda operate. So I'm going to show you the operate. I actually had previous version, so it started a new version, and we can be able to start a new process instance for this. So I'm going to start this process instance with all this configuration done. So I'm going to start this. Yes. Just wait for some time. It will be able to start the process instance. As you can see that the process instance is started, and it is in state. I'm moving to the Docker container logs. So as you can see that the job is received from the GB and upload has been done. So GCS response has been given here. The file is uploaded to the bucket in the folder. So if you go to the operate and refresh this instance, it will be it is completed. As you can see that in the third version, this is the new version. So the process has been completed. If you go and see that in the Camunda connector bucket, then the file will be uploaded. If you see here, I'm going to refresh it. After refreshing, you can see that inside the media folder, inside images, springboot.png has been successfully uploaded. So I'm going to show you uploading one more file, which is logo.png. So I'm going to start the instance and I will see it in the Docker. It is, yes. As you can see that the job is received and the bucket name is Camunda connector and the response is done. So the file has been uploaded to the bucket. If you go and see that in the bucket, if you refresh this, it will be able to show the file name. As you can see that the two files have been uploaded successfully to the GCS bucket. This is how you can configure connector runtime and you can upload your files by using this. Thank you for watching. If you have any suggestions or any comments regarding updating the functionalities of the connector, you can give it in your comment section. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video.